Welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors, bringing it to you here from Westlake Village, California, where it is bright and sunny and it's a Crypto Monday. And Bitcoin and altcoins, what to expect now? I mean, the question I've been getting here a lot is this a bear market or is this a bull market? At the end of the day, if you want to go by the textbook definition, a macro bear market is when you have a weekly downtrend and you want to see all major moving averages moving down with lower periods trending below higher periods. And do we see that right now? No. Does that really matter? No, because Bitcoin just dropped 50 to 60% down. My point is whether you're bullish or bearish, this market can zoom both ways very fast. And what do we see here? A couple things here. We got the Fear and Greed Index coming in at a 10. That is extreme fear in the market right now. Bitcoin dominance here we're going to see at coming in at 45 and bouncing off this 21-day moving average. And, you know, on this channel, we did identify the downtrend in the daily right here when we made our first lower low on a daily here at, call it 49,000. And then we put in a lower high here at 58,000, call it 59,000. And we said Bitcoin was likely to trade down and sideways over the summer. And now what are we looking for? We are on lower high watch. So anything below, really below 58,000, but I'm going to give it 50,000. Anything below 50,000, and we are still in a downtrend on a daily. So right now we get to play the game of, is this a reversal or is this another lower high? And I think right now there's massive risk on for the long-term investors right now. Long-term, I do think Bitcoin is fine, but how long could that be? 1 year, 2 years? I'd give Bitcoin a chance to bottom at the low $30,000 region. That's my opinion. Actually, my opinion is that we do go lower. We do see open interest ticked up from 5 billion to about 5.4 billion. Funding rates are now mostly positive, and it does look like we are getting a relief rally today. But here's where I'm keeping an eye on. Here is what I am keeping an eye on. First and foremost, we have yet to see the blue buy signal on our hash ribbon, so I'm going to bring up our secondary chart. Where's the blue buy signal? Well, we've seen this in the past here, right here. That was the blue buy signal. That was the blue buy signal. And we can go back and back test it until we get a blue buy signal on the hash ribbons. I don't think it's time to be looking for any long-term long positions. Lower-term time frames also, what I'd like to see on a 4-hour is a reversal of trend. And what do we have here? Just picking this up right here. A reversal of trend, we need higher lows and we need higher highs. So we've been keeping an eye on this. We made it at 51,000. Then we brought it down to 49,000, and then we brought it down to 45,000, and here we are at 41.5. I'd be looking at that as our next level. If we can get a 4-hour closure above 41.5, that would be good, and then put in some kind of a higher low, right? That would be like a reversal on a reversal of trend on a 4-hour. But where do we talk about full-on reversal? I'm going to pull up the daily here. Full-on reversal, typically what you want to do is a bearish retracement. And this is making a big assumption here that our low is put at 30,000. But if we do a bearish retracement from the top here, right? Oh, where's that coming in? So A weak bounce usually is, let's see if I can go wick to wick. Oh, let's go. That's a little closer. Okay. Wick to wick, wick to wick. So a weak bounce usually comes in here or there. A full-on reversal, I want to see a daily closure above 50,900, above the 618. I'd be looking at a reversal there. Now, that's assuming that our low is 30,000. That's a big assumption right now because we are still trending down pretty hard. A couple other things I want to bring up is the dollar. Dollar bouncing off this macro region around here. You can even see going back, that macro region is, I'd call it right here. So I'd move this up to right there. If the dollar bounces off this region, and very likely to do so, dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down, typically. Again, this isn't financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Other thing I want to take a look at is the NASDAQ because it's going to play play well with Bitcoin. Likely, I think the Nasdaq's going to bake in a range here. If the Nasdaq does break to the downside here, if we top out here, come back down and break down, most likely I think Bitcoin heads towards 25,000. What would be my continuation signals to the downside? What I'd want to see for Bitcoin would be this. Is a break, what I'd want to see on a 12-hour, any kind of 12-hour closure below, call it 31,000 right here. I could move this a little lower right here. Any kind of a break below 31,000, 12-hour closure below 31,000. And I would be looking at targets down to 25,000. Probably get a bounce there, but do I? Well, let's pull up the weekly because that's more important, right? And these are my continuation signals, but right now I'd rather be safe than sorry. And why I'm more bearish? Couple reasons. One is this Wyckoff distribution pattern at the top here. If you want to measure this move right here from the top to the bottom, and bear in mind you this is a little more aggressive, but that's the way you'd measure it, and that puts us right there. And I'm going to go ahead and throw on those primary charts again. On a daily, ooh, that looks really aggressive. Let's measure that again. So that's like wick to wick. If we go body to body here, that would measure out like this. And that puts us, at about 26,000 right there. That's the measure move on this Wyckoff distribution. And as long as we're, below 50,000, we're still in a downtrend. All time frames are trending down below a weekly. Another reason that I think we have some more downside incoming is the 2-day, which 2-day Stokes, we're shooting completely down. Looks like they're turning up today. I mean, look, we could be catching some wicks right there and heading back up. Let's see about the 3-day. 3-day Stokes are still heading down. And notice also the RSI. Coronavirus dump time, the RSI got way down there at a 26. And go back to the, November dump from 6,800 down to $3,000, that dump time. That was, we saw the RSI get below the bearish control zone right there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is here, we're at a very interesting point here, a very unique time, and for investors, this can be very frustrating at a time like this. I would say it's time not to be a hero. We have some pretty good, clear identification points for when Bitcoin's going to get bullish again. And this is very likely not going to beat V bottom out of here. We missed that on this failed rally when it went from 30,000 back up to 42,000. You know, that was a huge. That was our chance. We missed it. And you know, what I would say is if Bitcoin does base out around this area, probably look something like this over the next few months, right? If we get some kind of a base like this, or you could even draw it even a little down to that 26 region, right? If we get something like that over the next 4 months, I'd say that's when I'd be looking for another big upside move. And you know, keep in mind this market is designed to sucker you in. So, do we get a relief rally up to 45,000? Do we get all the way up to 48,000 before we put in another lower high? I would not be surprised. So be on that lower high watch. And yeah, feel free to take a look at the description below and get on TradingView, start charting some of this stuff on your own. Feel free to reach out to us at the link provided in the description below. Thanks and have a blessed day.